So I wanted to go over some of the tools I'm going to be using, just, start off with. So let's get into that. Let's start from my right to my left. Got a heat gun that's going to be used for molding the foam when that ever comes around. We got utility knives. Also, I got X-Acto knives, with a ton of blades, wherever necessary. Pins, pencil, markers for marking the foam. I'm use a standard tape measure. Push pins for like holding down the templates and stuff to the foam. I got a variety of, angle rulers, other angle rulers and stuff, long ruler, a flexible fabric ruler when needed. See, hot glue gun for when, I'm going to be doing, some undercutting. There's videos on there about that. I'm going to be attempting that on some areas. That'll be more explained and shown further on. Get a level. You never know when you might need a level to make sure everything's copacetic. Let's see. Now, I've seen them use like for when you got divots and stuff like in your foam and seal those up, and especially on edges. DAP Quick Seal. Now it comes in white and bright white and clear. Hard clear is the best because you can actually sand it. I have some white, so I'm gonna see how that goes. Chalk for marking stuff before you actually put a real line to it, because you can just brush it all off. Also, another thing I've seen for sealing foam is Mod Podge. I'm going to try that stuff out. You've already seen me use Barge. I'm waiting for my 32-ounce can to show up. Both of these worked about the same. The other one here is DAP Weldwood Contact Cement. I'm just keeping that around for a backup. Alright, I got a hot knife. I'm going to be using that for cutting as well. And it has a whole bunch of different tips. And these tips will make different types of heated gouges. So that's something I'm going to be using along the line. Get a bunch of tape. Tape's going to be for when you're taping your pieces together, when you're fabricating your stencils and so on and so forth. Wood block for sanding. I bought this snap kit, for buttons and everything. That's for if I find I want to put something together with snaps. Now, I also saw a video. This young lady put out a thing about securing your pieces together with a magnet, and these things are super strong. So, I like the fact that I could, attach certain things to armor with, that way I can, just pop it off and, get in and out of it. So, if I decide to use this stuff, I got some magnets. You can find these at Home Depot. They're medium magnets. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll throw the box away. Alright, this suit's gonna have air conditioning because it gets hot. And if anybody's ever worn a costume or anything like that, or a mask, and I get so hot in there and sweaty and everything. Now, AeroCool puts out this battery powered fan. So I was like, man, that is awesome, because I can put this into the suit, take the frame off of it and everything, stick the batteries in there, and I've got air conditioning. And based on its design, there's, you can integrate this into, a robot suit pretty well. Now another thing, this is from China. I had to wait a month to get this. It is a little fan blower. It's battery powered too. And it puts out a good amount of air. This little mini thing is used for like inflating, like those little Christmas time like inflatable devices. They're like this tall and everything. And this was $10. This was $10. So I was like, man, I can have air conditioning because it has a flip switch. I can have it inside the suit and just, flip the switch when I need it and flip it off when I don't. So I'm going to have air conditioning. I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to be cool. I'm not going to be sweating myself to death. Now, I bought this at Harbor Freight. It was $20. They actually got a sale now. It's like $16.99. I feel kind of robbed now. But I'm going to have dual Gatling guns on my left arm. It's not going to have a hand to it. It's just going to have dual Gatling guns. And this is going to be used to sit there and power it. It's got a rechargeable battery that can be detached. And, I'll make a little service door so I can get one in and out. And that way, and because I'm not using a real hand and I have a little bit more freedom in there, guess what? I can flip the switch to my air conditioning whenever I need it. So that's just something that's going to be coming down the line. Now, I get some graph paper. Now, I ran into two different types of graph paper. Graph paper is great for whenever you want to finalize stencils and also for making up, drawing out your designs. I get the graph paper where every square is like, like a quart. It's like 2/8 of an inch. So, it all matches up to an inch, so everything's great. I found another one that I had, and I was drawing stuff out, and I found out that it was not, exactly an inch, and it was always off. So, get graph paper. It's great for making your designs, great for making your templates. Let's see, alright, so I'm going to be moving up to this stuff. Alright, so, get yourself a bunch of this white construction paper. Now, you're going to be using a lot of this to sit there and make your templates and stuff, and you'll see where your design went wrong or where it went right, and then you'll want to make it up again. And I wouldn't go with black because it hides too much of the pencil and other marks. You need to make notes on this stuff as well. Now, just to give you another example, now there's the hard stuff. It's not flexible at all. And, you can do that for a final design for any straight flat pieces that you might be doing. Just to give you an idea, this is just our concept. This is like the torso. I'm just kind of working on it. I've already changed the design, but right there, torso section. All right. Now, I thought I'd start from the ground up, but I was waiting on things, so I'd just start doing a little designing and fabrication. And that's one thing I like to mention. It's like, get yourself a really good idea. The ideas will change over time when you find out how realistic you can really, in your abilities to sit there and make it into what you want to build. So, give yourself a break. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time, and it doesn't have to look super professional and everything. Do this for fun. Alright, so moving on to foam. Alright, so I went to Harbor Freight and I found this extra long, they call it anti-fatigue roll mat, and this is EVA foam. And this stuff is, what's the name on this? 72 inches long, 24 inches wide, and 5/16 of an inch high. So, I bought this because if I have a long piece, because most of the time, this is what I want to be working with. This comes in like 2-foot sections, so if you cut up these little notches here, it's 2 feet in you know, from corner to corner. And that's what I'm going to be working with. Now, I don't suggest you buy your stuff from one source and one brand, because I try to be cheap and I shopped around. I got some stuff off of eBay, less than 20 bucks. Try to save myself a couple of dollars. And next, so I like the one that I got. And then when I got the next one from another guy who had like the same exact ads and stuff, it came riddled with all these gaps and divots and stuff like this, which really ticked me off, because now I gotta either work around it or fill it in. And also, when you buy it from different sources, you might be getting different thicknesses. Like this one right here, this is thicker than this one. So, also when you're putting your stuff together, you're going to have to understand that, you're not making it from a flat piece of paper, you're using something thick. So you got to understand that when you merge things together, if it sits on top, it's going to be a little longer and all this other stuff. Now, I also picked up EVA foam 2mm thick. Couldn't find this in any of the stores around me, but I got this stuff. This is for like some standing off detail or things like that. I just got it so I could have it if I ever wanted it. It was $3 plus shipping, and I got 2 pieces. The stuff I could find, it was this size, and I was like, man, I want it to be at least 2 feet long, so I'm marrying up pieces, and I want to hide some really bad seamage or something. I wanted 2 feet pieces. That's why I got the longer ones. So that's pretty much it for tools and supplies and things for fabricating. If I add anything extra, I'll tell you along the way. Right now I'm waiting for my barge to come in the mail, because nobody has the big cans, and this little tube was like $8, and that didn't go too far. So I got the 32-ounce can. Best deal was on eBay. It was like almost $40, and I bought myself a little container to put it in, a 16-ounce container that has a brush built into it, and with changeable heads, because those brushes do wear out and stuff. So you can change out the brush head. I'll show you that when I get it. But for now, I'm moving on. Time for fabricating some robot armor. Till next time, when we're starting to build, I'm moving.